Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Chambers and this is Tamara's Never Seen. And tonight, I am finally watching Braveheart, hence the very heavy blue makeup. I feel like myself from the Wicker Man review. The bees. I know that nothing about this film is like accurate historically, but I've heard that it's good. It's the winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture in 1995. These are things I'm saying like you don't know, I just didn't know them. I went to Edinburgh like 2 years ago and it was by far the coolest and most beautiful and tranquil and peaceful and just weird place I've ever been. I want to move to Edinburgh or Glasgow one of these days. Mel Brooks though, no. Oh my god. Mel Gibson though, what else has he been in other than tabloids? Signs? I think Signs is the only film I've ever actually seen him in. This is 3 hours long though. I don't do good with long films. And if it's not historically accurate, then I'm just not gonna be invested. So I'm gonna see them doing things. Be like, why did you choose to do that instead of just like do it the way that it happened? Scotland's history is brutal. Like you just make it the way it was. Blah, blah, blah. Complain, complain, complain. All right, let's do it. Na, 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 na. You were wrong, bitch. I loved it. It was genuinely worth putting on all this blue makeup for, honestly. I really did not anticipate enjoying that. And what a stupid thing. You should just watch all of the Best Picture awarded films. Like, you should just do that. That's just like a good thing to do. Obviously, it didn't win Best Picture because people were like, oh man, it was long and boring, but we feel like it should be probably good because it was long and like about history, so like I guess we'll let it. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just like long and people were like, oh well, it's impressive, so they like it. It's a Best Picture winner, Tamara. God, obviously it wasn't accurate. Even just the language that they were speaking in was so hilarious. I mean, all this took place in the 1300s? Question mark? I want to say that's when all this went down. So the language they were using was clearly incorrect, but I mean, other than that, it all seemed pretty much like, yeah, that could have happened. Sure, I'll buy it, fine. So William Wallace is our main character and his dad and brother die in battle. And all of a sudden, this really cool dude with a weird eye comes over, named Argyle, great name, and is like, I'm gonna teach you how to fight, how to speak different languages, I'm going to educate you, and that's that, let's do it. And he's like, I don't want to leave. And he's like, well, you didn't want your dad to die either, did you? So shit happens. And that's what I'm talking about. He didn't say shit happens, but like, some of the language they use is pretty contemporary. Also, all of Mel Gibson's acting is incredibly contemporary. He, though, I will say, did act it really well. Like, I believed when he was going through stuff, and I genuinely enjoyed him in the role, other than he took me out of it sometimes because he was pretty contemporary. First learn how to use this. Then I'll teach you how to use this. I'm so sorry for any terribly attempted Scottish accent that I attempt terribly. He's such a badass when he returns, and he's knowledgeable and he's great with fighting. He's also great with his words, and he already is in love with someone and he's got such confidence. Then the woman that he's in love with and him marry in secret because her parents don't want her to marry him. And I'm like, I love it, it's romantic. You truly believe they're in love? Those little scamps. Well, kind of little. I don't actually know how old he is. He always has looked so old to me. He's never aged, but not in a good way, because he was always at like an old age. It's the forehead lines, and I have them too. I do the squint here, and I'm always, all the time, I'm just frowning. And I've got those lines. I've got the Mel lines. God damn it. I just wrote, oh, boobs. And then later I wrote, oh, penises. And butts. There's a lot of body parts happening in this film, and I'm here for it. The English are like the overlords of the Scots at this time, and the Scots want their freedom, but they don't have it. So that's like basically the whole film is after this one occurrence, William Wallace is like, well, let's go get our freedom then. freedoms, like the whole thing. So the English guards are hanging out around the camp where all of the Scots are living, and they try to rape the woman that he just married, and then she puts up a great fight. He like helps and like knocks him out, and then they take her away. They kill her. They just got married. I was not expecting that. I really didn't think that they were gonna kill her. I really thought that she was gonna be like his badass like side like wife the whole time. Side wife? That's not a thing. You know what I mean. I thought she was gonna be like by his side during it all and like the support and the like not at all. Not even at all. She comes back in dreams sometimes. But that's not historically accurate. So, like you do, Mel and the men of the village kill all of the guards. And then they just go around and they keep killing all of the guards. There's, I want to say, 3 different groups, clans, I'll say groups, in all of Scotland at this time, and they are not getting along. And that's pretty much why they haven't united to take their freedom back. It's because they're always fighting within themselves. Throughout the film, they unite, and then they don't unite, they unite, they don't unite, then them not uniting is why like William Wallace was captured. It's a whole thing. It's a lot of drama. Y'all are grown-ass men. Just get along. I just wrote, oh, the famous blue face speech. They may take our lives, but they will... Oh, it's terrible Scottish. Honestly, his wasn't great. They may take our lives, but they will never take our lovely blue makeup. A lot of penises and butts in this scene. It's a big fight scene, lots of penises and butts, which is not what I was expecting. I honestly did not expect under the kilts for there to be nothing. I always thought there was something there. The fight is incredible though. It's long and it's impressive. That's what she said. That's what everyone said, honestly. We all said it. There's a bunch of fights. Scotland's not uniting, so William Wallace is like, well, I'm just gonna invade England then, because y'all. It turns into this whole thing where the Scots are like, okay, we are going to unite, and it's a lie, and they turn William Wallace into the King of England. Get your shit together, Scots. I'm talking about you, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and you, Scott T. from Star Trek, and other famous Scots. I love this line that he says. He says, I'm so afraid, give me the strength to die well. And he looks truly afraid. The way he says it, it's like his voice is quivering. While he's being tortured, he yells freedom out instead of mercy. If he yells mercy, then they'll just give him a quick death. And in the end, he sees his wife that died in the audience of people watching him being publicly executed. And then you find out that the Scots did unite, and then they won their freedom. And it's like, well, this is just a little late, guys. It's just a little late. My mom loves this movie. It's a long one and definitely has sad moments, but there's an epic quality to it that I think you'll be mesmerized by. Yes, and I think that comes with the Best Picture thing. Like, that's just something that I should not be skeptical about Best Pictures. I saw Shawshank Redemption for the first time, I think 4 years ago, well before Tamara's never seen, but it was one that I was hanging out with friends and they were like, you've never seen, let's just watch it. It's so damn good. And I was like, it sounds so long. Like, I just don't think I'm into it. And I was mesmerized. It's incredible, obviously. And so the fact that I wait so long to see things like this, it's sad. Also, Mel Gibson was a damn good actor. Too bad he's crazy. You know what? I couldn't have said that better myself. Well done. I do truly love Scottish history. I think that if I lived anywhere other than Chicago, it would be Scotland. And I was really into seeing a movie about the history of it, even though I know none of it is true. I've been putting this one off for so long. This and Citizen Kane are the two that I've just like been, oh, and Godfather. Oh my God. I do not think I'm gonna like Godfather. It just doesn't sound fun. I know it's gonna be good or whatever, but it doesn't sound fun at all. Go back to the Lego movie with the volleyball scene in Top Gun. But just that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all next week. Bye. They're after me, Lucky Charm. No, that's Irish. God damn it.